Okay, I wanted to talk about something. What I'm talking about in this video is the topic of stray cats. And the reason why is because one of my family members has a friend who's feeding a bunch of stray cats. Anyway, so what is up with these stray cats? Okay? I don't know if this has happened to you. This may or may not have happened to you, but usually what happens to people is they see a little cat, little kitten or a cat wandering around, and it comes around their house, and then they feel sorry for it. And the owner of the house probably wants maybe some companionship or something in return. So the owner feeds the cat. But that's where the problem starts. The problem starts by feeding the cat that comes along, who has no home, no owner, who just comes along and sticks around at your house, and then you start feeding it. Because the cat never just exists alone all by themselves. No, there's like, for every cat that you see, there's like 10 other cats that you don't see. And so what happens is you put some food out and you think you're feeding one cat, but really you're feeding a whole group of cats. And so the real question is this okay? Is this okay to do? Should you do that? Should you even feed cats that are stray cats that are just wandering around in the neighborhood looking for a meal? The thing is that you would think that by doing that, it's almost like a service, right? I mean, I think many people feed stray cats because they think that they're doing something good, because they're helping some cat. Okay, poor little kitty has no home and is hungry, feed him. But the thing is that really the best thing to do? And honestly, I really don't know. Because as soon as you start feeding the cat, then other cats come. And then the cat all of a sudden sticks around at your house. It's not like the cat is wandering around looking for, a nice meal and then it's going to go on its way. No, as soon as you feed it, it's like you are adopting that cat, because that cat's now going to stick around at your house. And the cat just sleeps in your backyard or in your front yard or something. So is it good to actually feed these feral cats, these stray cats? Is that a good idea? Should you not feed them, or should you feed them? If you don't feed them, then they just find somebody else that's going to feed them. If you feed them, then more and more and more start coming around. But here's the crazy thing. It's not just the original cat or the original cats that you're feeding that you have to deal with. Apparently, cats are horny little things, and they basically just have babies and babies and babies, and oh, I'm not done. Babies, 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 babies. Yeah, they're freaking baby-making machines. 2 cats mate, and then what, they have a litter? How many are in a litter? A bunch? More than one, usually. I mean, it's ridiculous. So it's like, say you start feeding some cats, and then all of a sudden, after a couple months, it's like the cat population literally just triples or quadruples, or even to a greater extent than that. And not only are you now feeding the original cat, but you're feeding the original cat, and then its babies, and then its babies' babies, and then, and its babies, 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 babies. And it's just like cats, they just, babies just pop out of them. I just don't get it. Sometimes it almost seems like life is really just a disease. And I sometimes feel bad by saying that, but that's what it is. It's just a freaking disease. Cats, they just multiply and make as many as they freaking can. And, whatchamacallit? I used to actually go take care of a family friend They used to take care of their dogs, okay? And she was one of those ladies who actually fed those feral cats. And what would happen is, as soon as I would drive over to the house to go into her house and to take care of her dogs, the whole cat population, there's like 10 cats just laying in her yard, by the way. And as soon as I drive up, they all just run up to me and go, meow, 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 feed me, meow, meow, meow. And it's crazy. And then like some of the cats, they were like, you know, in poor health, like they had like mange and stuff where their fur wasn't coming in fully. And then I remember when I set out some food this one day, this one cat, this bigger cat, started like clawing and attacking a younger cat for the food. And it's like all life is just this battle over resources. I mean, sometimes it actually makes me upset that that's what life is about. Life, you know, you would think life is this very fun and happy thing, right? And very nice and kind thing. No, apparently not. Life is like the most cruel, hard world in the world. It's all about people obtaining the most power and the most resources and then trying to screw everybody else. I mean, I know there are some nice people in the world, but it seems like some people, literally, they're just there for themselves, and they're just there to screw everyone else, and they literally are so full of themselves that they have no care or no remorse for anybody except their self. I mean, what about that cat that's hitting the other cat? I mean, like, why? Why are you doing that? Why are you hitting the other cat? You know, come on. That's what life is about. It's all about just screwing everybody else. Me. I want the resources. I want the money. I mean, look at business. All business really at its heart is just a cold and cruel world. I mean, like the world of business is like the most cutthroat world in the world. All they care about is, okay, let's try to make as much profit as we can and screw everybody else. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so then you get these cats neutered, right, or fixed. And you know, I like the way that they say cats need to be fixed or dogs need to be fixed, because the question that I ask is, well, what was broken in the first place? What, because we have reproductive organs, that means that we need to get fixed? The thing is that these animals, like cats and dogs, and pretty much any other animal, not every animal, but certain species, I think, are more prone to reproducing than others, but it's like this world, all this world is just you seek resources, you seek food, you live, and then you just reproduce. I mean, that's what this world is about. It's this big reproducing game. And I don't get it. Hey, let's just reproduce and reproduce. I mean, look at cats. Look how they're designed. I mean, they are just designed to reproduce and just explode in population. Why? Why is it like that? Well, that's how evolution, that's the role that evolution plays. Evolution just it's this fight for existence. It's this fight for survival. I mean, find somebody that's your own mate with them, and explode the population until all the resources are sapped up. I mean, I think if cats were really intelligent, they should realize that they actually shouldn't mate. If you, and I know that might be asking a little bit too much, but if you are a feral cat, okay, I believe that those cats should realize that they are feral cats and to not mate if their current quality of life is already poor. I mean, think about it. It doesn't even make sense. Say you have some cats and they're living in a dumpster behind some restaurant, right? And they're barely making it. And then what are they going to do? Mate and have babies? I mean, that's got to be the stupidest thing in the entire world. hey, our quality of life is very poor, but let's go ahead and mate and then make our quality of life even poorer. Not only for us, but our kids. I mean, you know, it's time that certain animals learn certain things, you know. A cat is smart enough to go in a litter box, but not smart enough to control its own population. I know that's kind of bad, but yeah, I just hate that. I hate that where you see cats and they're living in poor circumstances and then they mate and have babies and then it just makes the situation worse. I mean, like, no shit, Sherlock. And I know you can't reason with a cat like that. But I mean, think about it. It's just retarded. And the sad thing is that there are some people that do the same thing. You'll find a family that's living in poverty pretty much, and they have no money, but then they just keep on having kid after kid after kid after kid. And honest to God, I mean, does that make sense? If you are living in poverty, why should you have like 5 kids? I mean, that's stupid. It's just going to make the situation worse. What are you hoping? One of your kids is going to, you know, like do something like win the lotto or something, and then you're going to get out of poverty? And poverty is stupid in the first place. I mean, why does poverty even exist? Is it because the people are stupid? I'm willing to bet that. No, I'm willing to bet that I think a lot of people are called certain names. Like, I think a lot of people are not stupid, and they actually have a greater potential than what they currently have. They just don't fulfill it. I mean, I think poverty is stupid. I mean, why does poverty even exist? And seriously, I don't get it. I don't get life. I just don't. We live in this world. What are we trying to do in this world? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to get money? Is that what we're trying to do? Are we trying to get a good job, a good family? I mean, what is this? What is this life about? I mean, we work, we get money, and then that's basically it. We pay bills. I mean, that's what life is about. Life can be summed up in just a couple words. You live, you work a job, you make money, you pay bills, and then one day you die. And then maybe you had a family or something, or you had some kids, or maybe you did something. I mean, it's stupid. Just hate everything right now. I mean, the way I usually live my life, or at least the way I've lived my life, is it's just my own personal goals. Oh yeah, so anyway, this video right here is about cat trapping. Alright, let's watch it. Okay, they just said stop population growth now. I mean, look at these cats. I mean, you know, these cats should literally sit down and have a meeting and say, alright, look, you know, we're all feral cats. Look, we're not going anywhere in our lives. Alright, look, just don't mate with anybody, okay? Alright, everybody get that? Alright, good. Now, I mean, I mean, really, you know what they should be doing, these cats that are feral cats? They should be going up to people, they should go door to door to everyone's house and try to find somebody that's going to adopt them. And they should realize, and they shouldn't mate anymore. But see, here's the thing. You can't have all cats not mating, because if no cats mate, then you have no more cats. I mean, the whole mating thing just tries to ensure the existence of the species. And so we're hardwired to do it. But I just think this whole feral cat thing where cats are living on the streets and they just mate and mate and mate, I just think it's just the stupidest thing in the world. And who even knows what these companies do? Do they save the cats or do they just kill them? Who knows? I mean, life is only good if you do it right. Okay? You can live a great life or you can live a crappy life. All just depends on how it goes. Anyway.